So I got married earlier this year. We got married abroad. All our closest friends and family. Beforehand, she's telling me how she can't wait to marry me and live the rest of our lives together. I couldn't wait either. Stood in front of everyone, wrote our own heartfelt, I thought, vows. Had the best day. So much fun. Probably still one of the best days of my life. Shortly after we get back, she turns cold. Out all the time, working late at work, and I feel something is off. I give her so many opportunities to tell the truth, but she assures me there's nothing going on and she's just suddenly, out of nowhere and within months of us getting married, unhappy. I ask if there's something I can change. She says no. She has no idea why and can't put her finger on what's making her feel this way. Cue me trying to do everything I can to understand why, so we can work through it together as a couple, and I can make her happy. Long story short, I find out she's been cheating on me since before the wedding with some guy she met networking. The guy is a dweeb who has been sending her screenshots of his mom's text to him telling him how he's such a lovely boy and will find a lovely girl one day. Nothing like a bit of social proof from your mom. I confront her, she still lies and tries to cover up what she's been doing. She runs away to live with him almost instantly with still no real explanation. The abandonment after almost 6 years hits hard. You just feel like you've been discarded. It really sucks. Seriously. Who gets married when they know full well they cheated? It takes a special sort of person to stand up in front of so many people and openly lie about their love for someone. I don't think I'll ever get it. The word psychopath comes to mind. Sorry, just had to rant. I'm doing okay, focusing on the future. But from time to time, it's just so much. My wife and I had decided to open up our relationship about a month ago after she had said that someone of interest had reached out to her. I was initially okay with it, but asked that we communicate our respective boundaries and that we end things with the person if either of us was feeling like it was hurting our marriage. What happened shortly afterwards was that she had new relationship energy pretty intensely. She would be texting him non-stop. She made plans to go to the farmer's market with him at one point on a Saturday. I had agreed to watch our kid. But then she asked if she could go to the bar with him on a Tuesday, so I said, sure. That's a lot in 1 week though, can you please make sure to spend some time with me? She agreed to giving me a special day and off she went. She came back and told me the story she had made out with him but nothing more. I was okay with that. But then she asked me, can I please stay at his apartment on Friday? I told her no, that I wasn't comfortable with that yet, but may be open to it in the future. She was furious about it, said I wasn't being reasonable, that she could trust me. And I tried to tell her, look, I do trust you, but I do not want to be up late into the night wondering what my wife is up to while watching a 2-year-old. Please respect that. She kept begging and pleading, and I finally relented under a few conditions. She texts me when she's about to go to bed to provide me an update. She texts me in the morning, and she'd be home by 1 p.m. I felt so uneasy about it and said that I didn't like that she was pressing so hard on these things, but she said that it would be okay and she'd make it up to me for doing this for her. The night of the event, she goes over. Texts me at night. Okay, cool. Texts me in the morning. Apparently, they had gotten into a huge fight last night and had been spending the night and morning basically arguing, making out, and her getting fingered. She tried to fuck him, but he wouldn't for some religious hang-up reason. She was super upset, so I asked her if she wanted to come home to have me pick her up. She said no, that they were working things out, and that she'd be home by 1 p.m. Okay, I believe you. 12:30 p.m. rolls around. I check her location, it's a 15-minute drive home. No worries. 12:45 p.m. rolls around. I check her location again, still at his apartment. I text her, hey, is something up? Do you need me to come pick you up? No response until 12:58 p.m. I'm so sorry, his car battery is acting up. Okay, you didn't think to tell me? Well, I'm sorry. My mom was blowing up my phone wondering why I wasn't at the farmer's market. She never went, and we were still arguing and just a lot of stuff. I had told her that I was upset with her, that I would have preferred her communicating this ahead of the timeline, and that I could tell she was stressed, so we should talk about that at a later point. She finally comes home at 1:57 p.m. Comes into my arms and starts crying. It's okay. I still love you. I'm here for you. We talk, and then it gets to the point where she just starts getting mad at me. I tell her that I think this is hurting us more than it's helping. We're both starting to get stressed out at home and are clashing heavily. She responds back that she's finding in him some affection and affirmation that I haven't been giving her for the last 2 years. I tell her that I've always found her beautiful and have found her more beautiful with each growing day. She says that it's different, because this is a person that isn't her husband, so the compliment means more, that she can just turn her brain off while she's with him. She just wants this one thing for herself. I get upset and I tell her, you know what, wife's name, at this point, I'm not even asking you to stop talking to him, I just want to know that you would if I asked you to. At this, she blows up and I just start breaking down and crying. The next morning, Sunday, she's coming back from work. We have a phone call and I tell her, hey, listen. I'm sorry about the fight last night. What I was wanting from you was validation, a reminder that I matter to you and that our marriage matters to you. The conversation starts okay enough, but then it takes a nosedive. She starts telling me that she's mad, she's angry with me, that she doesn't understand why this is such a big deal because she's doing everything right. I tell her that the whole thing is making me feel depressed, useless, that I haven't been eating or even sleeping that whole week. She gets more mad. I tell her outright, wife's name, I don't want to be here anymore. Please, let's just stop fighting. And her response is to become even more furious with me. At this point, I start breaking down hard. Full on tears. I tell her that I don't want to be alive anymore and that I need her to go pick up our kids so I can kill myself. She asks if I'm serious, and I say yes, that I need to just drink a big bottle of pills and die. She hangs up and calls the cops to come rushing up to our apartment and rushes over to us as well. What ends up happening is that I end up going to a psych ward for a suicide attempt process for a good week, put on medication, and working on changes for myself. Eventually, I do take responsibility for my suicide attempt and stop blaming my wife. And I learn to value myself again instead of letting her affect me that much. I come home and everything is weird. She doesn't know if she wants to be married or not anymore. I tell her that we can have a break phase and that she can still keep talking to the guy. She has apparently been talking to him every single day that I was in the ward, even though she was answering every phone call I sent her. She's still texting him, still talking to him and having phone calls with him. I tell her how much it hurts me, how it guts me. She says that she's sorry, I just ask her to hide it. At this point, I still love her, but I love myself more. I do not trust her and I do not want to ever let her actions and words affect me to that degree ever again. I tell her that I am open either option moving forward. Either we work on things by going to couples counseling and she stops talking to him entirely, or we call it quits and file for separation. She doesn't know. I'm going to give her until January 1st to decide, but I'm so conflicted and hurt. I don't even know why I'm writing this. It just hurts to have given 5 years of my love and affirmation to someone, to have a child with them, to make a sacred promise to always take care of them, only for them to choose another person over me. I never thought I'd be put in this position, but here I am. I just don't know what to do. Please, any advice would help. Like the title says, my boyfriend was at a work party and had S*X with a woman from work. He said it started and he realized it was wrong and stopped immediately. I know he drank a lot. After this party he came to my place and had S*X with me, which really messes me up. 3 days later he confessed what had happened. He was very apologetic and promises to do anything I ask. He let me go through his phone. This person from work had been flirting with him for a long time and he flirted back. We have had many issues in our relationship, but we worked through it all. I have given him so much love and forgiveness, but I'm not sure if this is the final straw. I do believe him that it was a mistake and I believe his apology and sincerity. But I am also disgusted by the fact that his hands and lips and body were all over another woman. He will be quitting his job soon and has blocked this woman on everything. I'm so scared if I forgive him something like this could happen again. He is going to get therapy. He acknowledged he liked the attention she gave him and he was being selfish and narcissistic. He apologized for his stupid immaturity and says he'll do anything and everything to make it up to me. What do you think I should do? For context, I'm 23, he is 21, and we have been together for about 4 years but friends since we were young teens. We have had plans to get married and start the next chapter of our lives, but I don't know if that's possible anymore. I thought I'd be with him forever.